Welcome back, everyone. It's Abdallah with another episode of Animal Crossing New Leaf. How are you guys doing today? Alright, so in my last couple of episodes, I was actually talking about going to the museum and showing off the 100% complete fossil section. So, if you guys didn't know, you can actually go over to this board over here and take a look at all the different exhibits you have and see which ones are there. So I'm just going to quickly scroll through them, and you can see that I've got every single one of them, which is great. Definitely helps out by searching your town right at the beginning and getting all 4 hidden fossils in the dirt and just keep on assessing them and donating them as you can. And you'll eventually get there. It's the easiest one to complete, I think so. Anyway, you want to go to Blathers and then, click on Assess Fossil and then Donate it. That's pretty much it. So he's got 2 options. So let's jump right in, shall we? Okay, alright, as we see over here, we have the Tyrannosaurus, the T-Rex. The famous Tyrannosaur was one of the largest and strongest carnivores of its day. Though it could reach more than 30 feet in length, it was capable of speeds near 20 miles per hour. Its hind claws were powerful, as were its razor-sharp teeth. This made the T-Rex a fearsome indeed. Okay, wow, that looks awesome. Here's our Velociraptor. This is our first one that we actually completed. Velociraptor. Usually just called raptors, they're also known as velociraptors, which literally means swift Caesars. They had large heads for their bodies, so theories suggest they were relatively intelligent. Though not imposing in stature, they had a large and deadly claws on their hind legs. Okay, good job. Alright, look at this one. The Styracosaurus. Styracosaurus literally means spiked lizard. It looked roughly like a more intense Triceratops. In addition to the spike on its nose, it had 3 sets of horns extending from its gaudy neck frill. Fossils have generally been found in groups, so belief is that it was a herd animal. Wow. Alright, here's your Triceratops. Cool, huh? Alright, the Triceratops was a very large herbivore, commonly identified by its 3 horns and large bone frill. Its horns were likely used for turf wars and for fighting over females rather than protection. While it's true that it most likely lived in the same era as the T-Rex, the two probably didn't fight much. Alright, ooh, look at this Stegasaurus. That's right, doesn't he have like the smallest head? Weird. The name Stegasaurus literally means roofed lizard or covered lizard. The name came from a belief that at the time of discovery that it was covered in bony plates like a shell. We know now that the plates stood fully upright along its back and were covered in thick skin. Beyond protection from harm, they were likely used to regulate body temperature. Interesting. Whoa! Accidentally left. Don't worry, I got 2 more. No sneak peeks. Get back there. Okay, here we go. Parasaurus. The parasaur was well known for the distinctive head crest extending from its nose to behind its head. The crest was formed from a hollow bone that was more than a yard in length. Theories hold that it was used to amplify the creature's vocalizations for a variety of reasons. Interesting. Ooh, what's this one? This one's the Pachycephalosaurus. The Pachycephalosaurus is known for its round helmet-like head, and the use of which is still debated. The bony dome atop its skull was nearly a foot thick, which is why mostly skull fossils survive. Some theories say the animals would smash their heads together to determine pecking order. Very interesting. Okay, so that was the first room. Let's take a look over here. Wow, very nice. Okay, so about how many fossils? About 6? 6 gigantic ones and then some smaller ones over here. So let's go left to right. What's this thing? Coprolite. Fossilized dung might not sound too exciting, but coprolites are a treasure trove of information. If they contain seeds, bones, or scales, you can gain insight into the animal's natural diet. Dung doesn't easily turn into fossils, so they're considered quite precious and hard to come by. Dinosaur Track. Unlike other fossils, fossilized footprints give us a glimpse of how the creature in question actually lived. Thanks to modern science, we can determine quite a lot about particular gaits of some creatures. This includes how they supported their weight, their posture when walking, and even walking speed. Shark tooth. This fossilized shark tooth has a distinctive serrated edge like a steak knife. Sharks have existed since before the dinosaurs, but their appearance seems to have hardly changed at all. Their age actually puts them at a time even before plants had fully propagated over every continent. Wow, do you know that? Trilobite. Similar in appearance to a wood louse, the trilobite was an ancient sea-dwelling arthropod. It could range between 4 millimeters and 70 centimeters in length, depending on various factors. The trilobite was one of the first creatures to have eyes and the ability to detect enemies and prey. Ooh. Alright, here's the ammonite. Ammonites were sea creatures with shells ranging from a few inches to a few feet in diameter. However, theories speculate that giant varieties existed as well, with shells 6 feet deep in diameter. Okay, oddly, the ammonite is a closer relative to the squid or octopus than to the chambered nautilus. Dinosaur egg. Wow, dinosaur eggs vary in size depending on the species, but larger ones can reach about a foot in length. If the egg was fossilized when it was just about to hatch, sometimes intact bones can be found inside. However, it is generally rather difficult to determine the exact species a fossilized egg belongs to. Amber. Amber is simply fossilized tree sap, formed and hardened over many thousands of years. Prized for its beauty, amber is often used in accessories such as necklaces and earrings. Amber containing a trapped insect, such as a bee or ant, can fetch a particularly high price. Alright, what's this? Fern fossil. Originally, all plants on the planet were actually sea-dwelling, but then they eventually spread to land. This fossilized fern is thought to be one of the very first plants to make this move to dry land. Reproducing via spores rather than seeds, it resembles modern ferns, though several yards taller. Ooh, look at this skull. Peking man. Peking man was a hominid existing 500,000 years ago who used stone tools for crafting. He also hunted for animals, making him more a carnivore than an herbivore. Though not a direct ancestor of modern-day humans, interaction between the two is very likely. Wow. Archaeopteryx. The Archaeopteryx is considered a close relative to the ancestors of modern birds. Despite the similarities, its teeth and 3-clawed hands contain marked differences. As its bones were hollow to keep its body lighter and allow for flight, fossils rarely survive. Ooh, alright, what are we looking at here? The Ichthyosaur? I think that's how you pronounce it. Alright, though they bear a striking visual similarity to dolphins, ichthyosaurs were reptiles rather than mammals. Interestingly, adult specimens have been found with juvenile bones inside their abdominal cavities. This suggests that, rather than laying eggs, ichthyosaurs gave birth to live young in the water. Wow, did not know that. Alright, Archelon. With the name that literally means ruler turtle, the Archelon was an ancient species of sea turtle. Reaching 13 feet in length and 2 metric tons of weight, it was a giant that lived up to its name. It likely ate jellyfish and squid, though theories say it may have also preyed on ammonites. Unlike with modern turtles, the shell was too soft to allow it to pull in its limbs for a defensive position. Wow. Look at this thing. Oh, this is like the Loch Ness Monster over here. The Plesiosaur. Alright, while not a dinosaur itself, the Plesiosaur, a marine reptile, did live alongside the dinosaurs. These creatures could reach lengths of 23 feet or longer, the bulk of that being their long necks. Plesiosaurs are commonly mistaken for certain kinds of mythical sea monsters, such as Nessie. Oh, look at this thing with like the two horns on it. Ugh, weird. That's a Megacerops. The Megacerops was a mammalian grazer with a Y-shaped horn on its nose. It is a distant relative to the rhinoceros, which the horn helps give away. Its main source of food was soft grass, but climate change caused this food source to disappear. Ultimately, without thriving source of fresh food, Megacerops join other creatures in extinction. Wow. Oh, look at the mammoth. Cool. Mammoth. The mammoth was a giant woolly elephant-like animal equipped with long, deadly tusks. Aside from protection, the tusks were also likely used to clear paths through the snow. One theory states that mammoths became extinct at the end of the last ice age due to lack of food. Oh, what is this little thing? Saber-Toothed Tiger. The saber-toothed tiger was about the size of a lion and is famous for its two long canine teeth. It would prey mostly on woolly mammoths, but the climate change made that difficult. Eventually, the changing climate and competition with humans for food drove these creatures to extinction. Wow. Alright, that's it for the second room. Let's go to our last room, I believe. Alright, here we go. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, look at this huge one in the back. I guess save the best for last, huh? Okay, we'll start over here. Alright, Pteranodon. Alright, Pteranodons were a type of winged reptile, perhaps the ancestors of common birds. With their wings spread, they were about the size of a small airplane, but their bodies were very light. Strangely, they weighed less than 50 pounds, with wings made from skin allowing for ease of flight. Cool. Alright, the Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus is famous for the distinctive armor that covered its body from head to toe. This armor consisted of large bone knobs and plates covered in a thick leathery skin. When threatened by carnivorous dinosaurs, it would swing its club-like tail to protect itself. Club-like tail. Oh yeah, that's right. Look at that cool thing. Okay. Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus is famous for the sail on its back, made up of skin stretched over spike-like bones. The assumption is that these sails were used to help regulate body temperature, common for reptiles. In addition to having this large sail, it is also the largest of the carnivorous dinosaurs. Despite being so commanding, its diet most likely consisted of fish from swampy, marshy regions. Alright, look at this one. I can't even see its head. Oh, there we go. There's its head. Cool. Apatosaurus. With its impossibly long neck and tail, many questions exist regarding the lifestyle of the Apatosaurus. Herbivorous dinosaurs tended to have a larger digestive tract than carnivorous dinosaurs. This distinction is what usually accounted for a thicker body, which the Apatosaurus had. You might also hear it called a Brontosaurus, though this name is scientifically redundant. Okay. Alright, what is this thing? Wow, it's like standing up. Iguanodon. The Iguanodon is so named because it was mistakenly believed to be a large iguana. An herbivore, it is famous for its spike-like thumb claws, which seem somewhat odd on a non-predator. Supposedly, it would run on 2 legs, but will use all 4 when it was just walking at its leisure. Cool. Oh, look at this little thing. Dimetrodon. Despite its reptilian appearance, the Dimetrodon was not actually a dinosaur as you'd assume. It was, in fact, a mammal-like reptile that went extinct before the first dinosaurs appeared. It had large, knife-shaped teeth for slicing, as well as smaller ones for crushing. The large fan on its back was used to regulate body temperature, an important feature of the time. Alright, and last but not least, look at this huge guy. Okay, Diplodocus. The Diplodocus was an herbivore of the late Jurassic period, sporting a tremendously long tail and neck. The neck was so long that, from snout to tail, its length could reach a staggering 175 feet long. Evidence suggests it would use its long, slender tail like a whip to defend itself from attackers. Wow. Cool. Okay, that's it for the fossil tour. Yeah, buddy. Wow. I had a blast. It's like going to a museum in real life. Hopefully you guys learned something in this episode. I learned a couple things, actually. I don't know. What was your favorite? Tell me what your favorite exhibit in the dinosaur area is in the comment section below. I'm very curious as to which ones you guys enjoyed or which ones you guys actually learned something from. I know my favorite exhibit is always the T-Rex because that's like the most popular dinosaur out there. So this one's my favorite right here. And you guys know that I've got a T-Rex little model in my house. So yeah, that's it for the episode, guys. Thank you so much for helping out with collecting some of these fossils. I know that I was missing 3 of them, and then my good friend Patrick actually hooked me up with those last 3, so kudos to him. Other than that, you know what? Please leave a like rating for our nice museum tour. That's the equivalent of leaving a tip at the door for your tour guide, you know what I mean? Other than that, make sure you guys comment about what your favorite dinosaur was, and don't forget to subscribe for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.